recent VODs of DRX playing this map, they were playing with Foxy9. Buzz was on KO. The roles were kind of alternated a little bit. You're going to be using a lot of the same utility, a lot of the same ideas obviously going to be thrown into the mix, but it does change things up once more. But a fast play by BBL, this is something that they are known for. It's a nice hit, all of them running straight into the site, the flash into the back of it, RB forced out of position. The angles are being watched for, but a spam through the wall still. Stacks wanted to try and take these fights!
No way!
You cannot give him 3 kills here.
How has he just brought this back into a 2v2? That's absurd. I was all ready to big up how BBL had played that.
Yeah, and just like that, the damage is done, but...
You can't lose this one, Brennan. It'd be a heartbreaker.
Yeah, you certainly can't. Enough damage onto Stacks that is weak. Maybe obviously not taking contact there into the turret, pretty smart, heads up, just in case it did bring him down. A bit of a crossfire being played on top of Jenny. Does Brave even know he's up here? And is it going to be the ace to finish? Not quite. Denied in the end. BBL going to be claiming that pistol.
Oh, wow. They've 2 rifles heading into the next round. Off the back of that, it is so difficult, right, to attack into DRX's comp, because you have to break a recon, you have to break a haunt, there's all sorts of utility coming flying at you as you try and get into the sites. And then you have to also watch about a flash through the smoke, and you know, there's just so many different things they can do.
Things that could potentially go wrong, but well underway now with this round. Nothing so much with the stack, but yeah, go ahead.
Cushion are getting that first opening kill on the A site attack. That is their win con. As I see it, Kushner having an extremely good entry success rate is the thing that could possibly push BBL over the line in this map. He would just have to have an ungodly performance.
Yeah, just to try and pull them through, because if you do watch BBL play this map in the past, at least most recently in the off-season, they have been quite a one-dimensional team. It tends to go down to like plays like this, a lot of 5 hits all the way through, just trying to take those good fights. That's disgusting. Shorty up in the air, apparently still accurate.
No
He does
way.
claim the kill.
No,
he cannot be getting another one, and they do eventually finally get rid of him.
Okay, that's fine. That's fine.
That was an absolute nuisance, but Stacks has been just that much more annoying there with the Ghost, but
you know,
they do clean up that round.
The other part of that, Brent, that bears mentioning, economy is so good. They have rifles everywhere. This round is super even.
An amazing beginning to this map. Essentially calling it curtains for quite some time as well, just from how one-sided that previous one looked.
They're not feeding the orb to Aslan. They could have had a lockdown, but Turco's taken it instead. He's still 3 away. So, not really thinking about the old game, possibly?
Look at that from Cushion as well. Just making sure that he had his crosshair just in the jump peak spot. Almost taken off Buzz's head.
And he's going to have an opportunity to jet diff if he wants to search for the fight in spawn.
For now, just holding the space that he's gained here. Up in pizza, now a smoke across. Cloud burst, drop down. That's a bit of a phantom moment, able to spray like that and get value. That's not dealt with very easily. That actually did tag up onto Zest. Buzz has to dash through to try and anchor it to the back of the site. Layers of that util being dropped down now, just making it that much more difficult for them. Dropping onto the site needs to be a trade, and Brave is there, but eventually these anchoring players dealt with.
Great work from BBL getting into the site like that. They paused for a moment. Fast? I don't think you can play this fast against the lockdown. Surely not.
Pop flash play. Mako has to respect it. He's backing away.
And Mako has literally 1 HP.
Difficult task, isn't it?
Oh, that smoke is not so great for Brave.
But weapon in hand, he was holding it, anticipating that push, and that is that bonus round that we were talking about. BBL.
Brave and Aslan Machado for how well they traded getting into the site. Because once BBL had gone through mid, taken market, they take the front of the site, but it's still a 4v4 where they need to get in and actually get the plant down. And they did such a good job at sticking tight together and trading out the DRX anchors.
We'll see if BBL can just take it out one more step further. Knife over the top, not getting too much done, but it's a caution really being showcased.
It's already such a good start to the map, though.
Yeah, it is.
As long as you're able to convert this, being 4-0 up on the attack side, you don't really need that much more to be competent.
Smoke's dropped down. Looks like there is some pace being injected into this one. Still being dropped off now, flashes over the top, but there is no dash just yet. And finally you see it, updraft dash onto the Jenny, resetting the aim. In just a few moments, still RB. It's just waiting it to the back of the side, but a weapon diff will make it short-lived as he was attempting to anchor.
And dodging the dart there, really important for Brave too. Doesn't look like there's too much danger left in this round, but I'm really reluctant to count DRX out.
Never know when they might just pull out one of those miracles, but just down to Zest. Honestly, more than an impossible task, as long as BBL just don't give anything up. Turret to take contact. You can just see a bit of a double swing potentially off of that. You can see it. Brave wants to take the fight, and 4 rounds in a row. BBL already getting off to a much better start than the prior map.
Yeah, fantastic
Tries
stuff.
to just ego it, holds the angle down and tries to catch the timing, but no. Have to respect it. Look at Kushner, he's not wasting any time! Up in the air! And there it is, Clay Pigeon shooting. A nasty shot to hit, the ult into the back of the site. That is with the spike, but cleared back! A reset of the aim, Zest. An absolute demonic performance! No one is allowed to step foot past that choke.
As far as we were aware, might not have even been playing in the roster. Unfortunate movement from Kushner. I think he actually clipped the edge of the hut as he was going for his dash over, so he just kind of hovered in the air for a while and left a very easy shot for Buzz to hit. But you can tell that BBL there was solid from Sojny, but the execution just didn't quite work.
See at the beginning of this one, a whole bunch of utility being used, and in the meantime, that fight for control of B main, Vazlan falling. It's going to be a large opening available to them. BBL not wasting any time though.
And this is a great play from Kushner.
Look at the pace. I mean, the guy has been caught. Ultimate popped off. Yeah, the Nightfall couldn't quite hear too much going on, but they still want to try and at least work their way into the site. Vulnerable Duck, Brave actually traded. It looked like he almost was going to get away with 2.
Zest not really in a position to use his Sova ult to deny the plan. So this is just going to be a bit of a straight-up retake. Turco can't use his flashes here. He's just kind of stuck.
Yep, Haunt over the top, even a dart up close. Sneer trying to go through with the jumping classic right-click. Fortunately, a couple of patches too far ahead for that one to really play out how he was hoping, and now
you can't see a thing.
Horrible position for Turco.
Not planning for him.
Yep.
Simple
Not even
impossibility.
An opportunity.
So many. What?
Okay.
Okay. DRX are looking immaculate. You know, so many positions where we see 1 or 2 players left alive for BBL, and they're just checkmated. They can't do anything.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter what they try. I like the idea from Kushner that you saw there, but catch the fade unaware. Knives online for Kushner this time. Star player's got to produce something for BBL.
Good Buzz doesn't know which angle to watch just in case there is an updraft in play, but Kushner trying to make a play as well off the back of the drone, and he's not wasting any time again. He's just trying to disrupt these timings.
This is way quicker than DRX can expect.
Yep, absolutely, all the way through. Already into tree, but what is that? The return of fire from Buzz, that had to be just seconds away.
Oh, that is filth. But again, Sojny leading his team really quick, pivoting into a B split, but they don't control B main.
Yeah, if you have to control this area, you have to at least anticipate it, and Zest still alive, backing him up, trying to play with the rest of his team, the swings, the crossfires, despite the smoke, pushing their way through, and with the spike drop down, it leaves Aslan in a very, very unfortunate scenario.
Another 1v3 that doesn't really seem winnable. Mako coming up behind. Can Aslan make magic?
He's found the first one, but just encroaching and yeah, eventually just squeezing that final position. And I gotta say, Josh, honestly, the way
the tempo that BBL are playing at means that they're missing things out. Like, for example, taking B main control here. It's a decent idea to try for that immediate pivot through market. You definitely could some compromise, you know. By playing that quickly, you can't play perfectly.
Yeah, you don't. Well, leaves up resources that you otherwise aren't going to be dedicating. And on the weaker buy now for BBL, just seeing what they can get in B main, making sure they take these fights. But Buzz, with his watchful eye, the operator, straight down the line of sight angles into mid. Dax caught with a util, but okay, safe hands from Zest still. This is getting a bit scrappy, and yeah, beautiful one to find.
You need to be able to punish those peaks from Buzz. And there's quite a few rifles down over towards B main. BBL had 2 in this round. Can they recover the one that Kushner owned? If so, this is looking like a fairly even round still. You know, Lockdown's still available here. They're trying to post up, see if Sochny can get that Vandal in his hand.
It's going to be util used.
Oh, it's
Just aware now, it is quite messy, especially with that pull. Disrupts the timing. They could otherwise get into the site, but
Post-plant lockdown, though, is going to be difficult for DRX to deal with.
yeah, for now, just tapping that spike, making sure that
Are they not going to
get
invest
caught
it?
out. Yeah, looks like they're just holding it for now. It's a flash re-clear. Already the DRX player's not wasting any time here. Mako, though, wasn't playing anti-flash, has to back away. Now you're seeing ults being committed, but both players are so low, and all it will take is the spray down.
Small mistakes from BBL, but just opening a gap that DRX could exploit. I really do think that post-plant changes a lot if Aslan immediately pivots. As soon as they get the site control and they've cleared back site, immediately lockdown goes in. You either force DRX to retake before they're ready, or they have to, you know, you buy a lot of time and set yourself up much nicer, threaten that you could have repositioned somewhere like Logs or B-Main.
I'm not sure if the worry.
A very passive position from Aslan, anticipating that classic play that we've seen from DRX, where Buzz would dash down mid. That's not what they're going for. It's an operator taking some space in B-Main, and now Tiles is just completely given up.
Yeah.
The DRX can rotate players away from B and bolster A and mid, which is where BBL are probably going to end up going.
Yeah, like you said, all that util being used paints a very clear picture of where BBL should be. And, well, it's a pivot now with the mid-round, but guess who's posted up on this angle? The turret is watching for a deeper push, but are they going to expect this? Buzz could be everything in this moment. Put a stop to anything early on.
Do they flash it?
Yeah, how do they want to clear this?
Do they drone it maybe? But that seems
They're
like
trying
a
to fake
big
A presence, I
investment.
think.
Oh,
look, there's 2 players.
Yeah, the Sova's not even there. They're actually faking the A push, you're right, Bren, with the drone.
You should run.
And the lockdown. So that's what they're trying to get value with the lockdown from. That's a great idea.
It's a game of chicken though, isn't it? Look, Buzz still pushed up, still holding the angle, contacting through, smoke at the top with the dash enabled. Just has to respect that knife. There was no one there to try and break that one.
30 seconds left.
TP across, flash play over and through. Now only a few seconds remaining and it's pure instinct. Buzz takes the timing, he takes the shot. Holding up close, around the corner, a little bit labored there from Zest, but ultimately it's just 2 players now of BBL with time running this low.
10 seconds left.
Does not look ideal.
Buzz really has that swagger.
Yeah, I mean,
Able to hit the first shot and then watch him pop his dash and then just not use it anyway. He pops the dash and then he just one-ways and just holds this angle. And he only dashes after he's taken a second shot.
yeah, or at least until the knife was primary duelist for him. The guy's a very, very talented player. He can play a multitude of roles, but when he's on the jet, he just takes over sometimes.
He does, yeah. They've had a few games recently where Foxy9 was playing where Buzz ended up playing KO and he still took over the game.
He still did well.
I think he's just a beast. They've just got an extremely talented squad. This round is going to be really hard for BBL to get any value.
Yeah, I mean, the real spearhead of a lot of your attacks if you're BBL is going to be Kushner on the jet, and he was taken out more than early before he could even get past that choke point. Look where he died.
We haven't seen BBL explore deep down mid as much since those first 4 rounds.
Yeah, it was the early rounds, right?
Yeah, the early rounds where they were doing well, they actually created a lot of pressure in mid. I think from a theoretical point of view, that makes a lot of sense because DRX aren't running a Sentinel in their comp. You know, they can't just leave a trip in mid, they can't leave an alarm bot in mid, something like that.
Yeah.
So trying to punish them for that and push, I think the more you can bully mid against DRX's comp, you should be able to get more value out of it. But the difference between theory and practice is everything when you're playing against a side as good as DRX.
So they use the knife for market, and then should be a nade in pizza.
That updraft just to get a peek. And
just no
Buzz
one's
is
covering it.
ready for it, man. I mean, Kushner looks to see whether Buzz is there with his updraft. Doesn't spot anything because Buzz is playing, you know, anti-flash, anti-drone, and then he just peeks out at the perfect moment.
What I was talking about prior with Kushner upsetting a lot of the timings of DRX's triple initiator comp, it feels like Buzz is the one that's now doing the same to them. You could feel the setup from BBL where they were just trying to use that util to clear into mid, but Ever since he's got this operator, it has just opened up the map, it feels like, to DRX from a calling perspective. They have so much information and know what's going on most of the time.
And you need that jet if you're going down mid. Oh, the knife sees everything. RB with all the info in the world.
Just an amazing timing, but they still want to be committing into this one. It's going to be the swing through. Players ready and waiting. A pull inside the smoke. Just pushes them back. And all it takes is that rifle spam.
So brutal to watch. The first 4 rounds.
It's been, you know, honestly, credit to BBL, I think, being able to just come out the gates on this new map after they just get absolutely obliterated on Pearl.
Yeah.
And still put up those rounds, but since then, it's just lost all momentum. They can't quite come up with the answers in time. This is where, you know, players like Suchny that we were talking about as the IGL coming into this team are really going to be tested to see if he can come up with the right answer for all of us. But look at it. Any sort of pressure that's being applied, it's util being used, but answered in kind by the ultimates. Nightfall scattered across the Hunter's Fury to try and get them into the site, but the damage is done. And a wall to split them back up. Mako anchoring in position. Util flying this way, that way, holding the wall, making sure that no one can really step over that line.
Brent, Mako is not human. That is a ridiculous shutdown.
Just absurd.
I don't know if you spotted that there at the end of the half, but Mako
could be doable for him. This pistol round, though, has gained a lot of importance. Has to start here.
Brave caught out with a bit of a flash there. How quickly do they just dump all of their utility?
Yeah, a lot being used now with a smoke as well to dash through. That is just some spam. Yep, punishing that one.
And that shuts down almost everything. DRX can't get dragged into the site because Buzz, their player that's the furthest forward, instantly fell. No possibility of being double-faced. The side anchors can sit pretty and just hold that smoke. Not exactly sure what the game plan was with Brave holding so far up, but he still got his man. He still got his one. So, in the end, things worked.
It has tempered the very short burst of play that we saw at the beginning. A little bit of an exploration up towards the top of mid, but contacting now back into A main.
What you're looking at here is Kushner could definitely take a really uncomfortable duel with Stacks, but Turco's spotting really good information, and he's not going to get punished by doing that.
Seen the one, but it doesn't do enough really to drive too many rotations. Still, that's what we wanted to see from him. Kushner taking one after the other. A couple of scalps to his name, and the cleanup is there as Aslan's going to get that re-swing.
Great
pistol round, Josh, you know, talking about it, was an important one to win.
He gets the kill onto Buzz. Here's that kill, just spamming into the smoke, predicting where Buzz is going to dash, and then breaks the recon dart that would have showed where Kushner was, finds all of the info that they're there. Kushner goes for a wide swing, deletes the player in the choke, and they finish off the round. That pistol, as you said, Brent, most important. The bonus would also be lovely for them, but let's focus on one at a time here.
One at a time, but good information gained early just from that one, and look at that. Useful enough to make what should be a nice and easy round. Put a bow on it, please. There you go.
Tell you what, Kushner getting this kill would have been Kushner getting that kill. I suppose it doesn't really matter either way because he died. So he has one away from his knife here. But I suppose if they commit to the op in the bonus, they still have the knives for the round afterwards.
A follow-up round.
So there's no problem with that.
Honestly, this is very unexpected, I think. Expecting this because it's a bit of an outlandish purchase, I think, to just throw into this bonus round.
I think it is the correct play, actually, though, too, because these orbs are really difficult to get if you're a defender.
A wide swing across, that's a dash forwards, a bit of a misinput there, but okay, jumps back to safety.
Meanwhile, great play from Suchny. He dragged the Prowler that Stax had used away from Aslan. He drew aggro, so Aslan's position wasn't detected. See whether that matters later on in the round if they return to B main.
Another position posted up, but this time they do notice operators online, and Kushner's the one who wants to take quite a striking angle. Aslan Just catching that one. Stack's going for the contact re-clear. Pop flash play. And Kushner still, well, the confidence to swing out of the smoke there, but still, he's let one of his teammates die, and it's a bit delayed in terms of the way he wanted to play that.
Oh, what a misstep from BBL. And they've just opened the door for DRX to get straight back in. Brave and Turco only have ghosts. They need to go and forage.
Brave will get that rifle, but contact play. Brave has to anticipate this one. A timing could be taken. Mako was in astral form, but the angle's watched for, and there you go. The kill is found.
He just always wins those.
Yeah, so consistent.
Turco's foraging ended in failure. He's only got the ghost still. Where's the operator?
Picks it up.
Escape, run away.
Honestly, you take that, I think, if you are BBL.
But, I mean, you do take that. It's not a bad bonus round by any means, and you save the op, but what could have been?
Yeah, what could have been? It could have been a one round entirely.
What could have been? This could be 8-8. And I think just one misstep in terms of how Kushner pushed through that smoke to help his teammate there has really made all the difference.
This entire tournament can just come down to those tiny little mistakes as well that piling up. We heard DRX talking about it as well just before the match when they were talking, singular limbs, so many teams. You don't have that buffer anymore of groups that you've had at the prior global events.
Look at the frustration on the BBL players' faces as well. Still though, a great buy for BBL, and like you said, Brent, you'll take that as a bonus round. Can Kushner get up to more mischief? Over here, he's pretty far away from the action, but a fairly quick rotate with the turret still watching over towards mid doesn't compromise their defense.
I mean, just amazing timing being taken with that one. Buzz almost pays with it, with his life. I think it was just one bullet there to the head, maybe a bit of wall bang damage, but left down to 10 health.
This is bold from Brave. Think about all the utility that needs to be broken for him. And who's going to break it? Kushner?
Yeah,
he's
the guy's got an operator in his hands. He's not going to be breaking
So
it.
Brave's going to have to break all of his own utility. The Haunt, the Recon, the Knife. He has to break all of that and then get the punish onto Buzz or whoever entries.
Have a close knife. I think that was the timing that DRX were waiting for, because a couple of players were just out of range of it, but
Buzz did get seen though, and
yeah, this is
the jet is normally going to be where the push is.
Exactly, and 4 players from BBL already and waiting for this one, and look at that. Need to cut it up. Buzz does still get the damage done, still gets the kill. Eventually dealt with easily enough, and no one able to shut down that dart. Lights up the targets for them, and easy pickings through the smokes.
Well done from BBL. Getting the information, putting their players into position, and crucially, not allowing Brave to die to the wave of initiator utility that was coming through. I didn't quite catch it in the replay, but I think they might have opted the recon down. I might be wrong.
Potentially. There was so much utility being thrown that way, but they had the layers ready for
against
it.
FPX. You are not expecting DRX to go into OT against BBL on this map. But it was BBL's pick, and so far, winning both of the pistols and the follow-ups is pretty helpful.
A lot of spam damage, oh my word. No one able to deal with that dart. Odin just rips into them. It's a lovely heads-up play from BBL, honestly. You look at this round, you look at the state of it. You know DRX are not going to be buying, but they are close to these ultimates, so of course they're going to be playing for these orbs.
Absolutely, and this is what I thought DRX were going to do in that prior round that we had talked about. But basically just playing to deny ult orbs. One with the Odin through the wall, but on the other side of the map that we didn't quite catch, Brave and Turco playing aggressive in A main.
Yeah, since then backed away, but...
And I think, when you look at DRX's ult economy, RB being able to get this orb would be really useful. Because then when the rifles are back up and he dies in this round, he's going to have his KO ult on.
Yeah, he will. Not important, but they don't want to reveal their presence just by picking up the orb just yet. Knife close. They know.
With that knife, I think it's worthwhile RB getting the orb.
What a shot.
Okay, Stax goes for it instead, which is also fine. Again, when Stax dies, he'll have the nightfall. Different prioritization of the ults. And Sojny is going to see everybody here.
My goodness.
Oh, this could just be mowing them down.
Beautiful timing. And yeah, with only a couple of seconds left remaining, Zest, this will be a lovely prize if he can get his way out of here. But no, won't escape the clutches there of BBL. Every avenue watched for.
And this could be a turning point in this map. Round 18, we're coming in. If BBL are able to win this one, then we've got a serious match on our hands. Then we've got a map. At the moment, this round, you know, a little easy. Sochny going for something unorthodox there, pushing out a B main. They get some confidence up. But can they win the Rifle v Rife? BBL take it, it would be everything.
I mean, they're setting themselves up to succeed on this map. They get any sort of investment out of DRX. They already need to win this just based on the buy.
Look how open mid is here. Kushner choosing not to play in mid has just left that area of the map so open.
You can see it. It's being taken now. Space with the drone. All the way deep. Buzz is the one who's taking these angles. They know. Okay.
I'm amazed by
clear
this.
Through here. I mean, not breaking this door. It means, honestly, BBL, I think they've got peace of mind.
BBL are just going for such a hard read that this is going to end up A, though, in my opinion, because once this door does get broken, the players are so far away from rotating and helping.
It's going to be that Astra wall. Nightfall being used to clear through B main, just so that they get control of both those areas of the map, as they are just going to be dashing in now.
Turco is on an island.
Yeah, this is a lovely bit of util to try and push back anyone who might be helping Turco, but the back of the site buys enough time at the end of the day to try and deal with it. Bit of a play as he pushes back through. Turco still alive and brave with the TP into the back of the site now, could provide much needed backup.
What a paranoia.
Yeah, catches onto stacks, but pushes down right around the side. What is that? The Prowler in his hands, and still he finds the target. And timing being taken, Aslan tries to make a play, pushing out of the one side of the smoke. He's left it just up to Kushner, running around just trying to get better weaponry for this retake. He knows it's still winnable now. The Odin is in his hands. Not exactly the weapon for the job. A bit of spam down through the walls, but Stacks deals with it kindly.
What a recovery in that round from DRX. And once there were two players back there, it actually started to look a bit rough for DRX.
Yeah.
Stacks, though, with a monstrous kill. Don't know how he pulled that one out.
Really should not have, should he? I mean,
Should
the Prowler
not
was
have
going in
won.
a different direction. He was falling at the same time.
Should not have won the duel against Brave. And I think BBL, if they do end up going out here in this map, are going to be kicking themselves that they weren't able to close out situations like that. They've certainly had chances to win ASCENT.
It seems like the adjustment that has been made now by DRX seems to be playing towards his mid control. It's the same drone. Kushner spotted. Just hugging that tight corner. Does he choose to disrespect this one? The dash was used, maybe just to try and fake that he is getting out of there.
Yeah, that's an intriguing one. They're holding a crossfire as well between Kushner and Aslan.
Is the play to try and swing off the alarm bot or what?
You can't.
Broken flash. Kushner was, okay, just about dodges this one. Still holding a close angle, and there was a paranoia just to help out. Trying to reset the aim to try and catch the spray down, but the Vandal in hand doesn't quite make the best weapon for the job.
Oh
And
no!
still DRX are just plucking apart.
It crumbles again!
Yeah, BBL looking for it, but they just swing into it. Aligning just for turn.
Perfect crosshair placement for the first kill. But, wow, I don't think he'll have been expecting to get the collat there.
Yeah, I mean, that's quite absurd. But a massive one for BBL to win. See how much it means as well to Vlad.
So out of round 18 and 19, both winnable for both teams, they're split 50-50. But with DRX, their economy is in a much worse spot, so it knocks them down. So the result of that 50-50 exchange is still BBL in a great position.
Dodge there, the flash. This is DRX's answer to things with the knives in hand. Anything could be possible with this one. BBL players have to remain cool, calm, and collected, and they are able to at least lock that one down. What a shot by Brave.
Lovely stuff as Sochny cleans up the other players heading into B. We're already even.
Struggling, isn't it? It's maybe the question that we were asking earlier, you know, has the practice been split with Zest playing on this roster now when they were making claims like Fox as prepared, but
I mean, an 8-4 lead, winning 8 rounds in a row, and a battle again happening in A main here. Oh, that suck is really difficult, and Brave goes for a TP in.
Yep, a lot of damage done. Zest, the soft enough target that the kill is there, and they still want to fight over this one. Beautiful nade into the corner. RB had nowhere to run.
That was a wild series of events.
Yeah, so fast to fight over that.
DRX is still looking to try and contest A main.
And it's just the right amount of disruption. You lose 2 players here. There's only a couple of options really left available to DRX. Some of it landing on the shoulders of Stax on the other side of the map. You can see him working his way into B main.
Buzz deliberately getting tagged there by the knife to make it feel like there's still presence over towards A. That's going to keep 3 defenders on the A side. But Stax the IGL, you can see his mouth going there, calling the rest of the players over. What is that alarm ball time? It's perfect.
Oh,
the Nanoswarm,
wasn't expect it, yeah. Nanoswarm finding Stax, forcing him to really just run with his knife out, and now they know. Spike falling, all down to Buzz.
What a round. What a round. Bren, that fight over A main was Turkish Valorant.
Yeah.
They were aggressive, confident, they refused to give up space, and they sought to take the duels. I love the ult that came out there too from Sochny. Fantastic addition. I mean, what you don't quite catch in this replay is Brave just using his teleport into A main.
Yeah.
Just full, wow. Is it
Not
time for the upset alert?
Yeah, I mean, listen, we're getting there, man. We're getting there. The community, the narrative surrounding this one, people expecting one of the most one-sided series of lock-in.
And don't get me wrong, Bren, that's what Pearl was.
It looked like it, right? 3 rounds total, that's what BBL were able to achieve. But now, on the brink, Kushner taking point, quick dash back just to respect the presence, but DRX going for something quite unusual. They did manage to push Buzz into a deeper position. Horn not being dealt with.
Wow.
What is that? Just spotting the target, the smoke in the way, and easily done, easy cleanup. 3 kills for Kushner.
And map point for BBL.
Well, it was 8-4. Just looked like BBL, he had nothing going for them towards the tail end of this first half, but what a way to bring it back.
And I'll tell you what, Bren, it is dangerous to allow these Turkish players to get their confidence up. Players like Kushner and Brave, more, disrupting your timings more, hitting their shots more. A lot of Valorant can be a confidence game, and that's not going to bode too well for DRX.
This is a must-win round for them if they want to try and have the option of trying to wrap up this series.
Massive ults available. I mean, they can set up, you know, get a little bit of mid-control, go for the Cosmic Divide, pop RB's ultimate, and you should have the B site on a bit of a platter. 3 players at the moment, though, from BBL drifting in that direction. BBL are so happy to leave mid. I've never seen a team leave mid open as much as this.
Yeah. I feel like DRX as well have been conditioning pretty heavily that usually that drone that they just used has a player behind it, but how much of that knife spot? That's the question.
I feel like spotting Buzz is enough.
Yeah.
You know that the Jet is going to be following the utility with this comp.
And what is the answer going to be? Nightfall and the Astra Wall. Cosmic Divide to try and split it up. And all that, look at that, just spamming through the wall to try and punish Buzz. But a nade just being dropped down. Actually trying to catch that timing. Both players now have to anchor into the back. Being dropped down, you have to bide your time, and bide the time they will, but still RB answers back. And DRX, just like that, over in the blink of an eye.
Way that it was at Champions for DRX. 1917 was the score, not the year, the score against FPX. And they went to OT as well, I believe against Fnatic, I think? May have been against Optic, but...
Got some experience in these scenarios, that's for
yeah,
sure.
they've got experience. But they just used all of their ults. So BBL, yeah, they lost that round, but they drew huge ultimates out of DRX. And now it's all just about pace by the look of it.
Yeah, grand opportunity presented itself to BBL.
I'm not too much of a fan of where Brave is playing. I would rather they played a retake setup currently, but the paranoia is enough to stop DRX from getting in through the choke point this time around. He's also just thrown the ultimate in there from Turco, so
null command.
That's a massive ult to stop any kind of fast hit. Maybe they are reluctant to play retake with the operator, but Kushner stars knives.
Good awareness there from Stax, just using the Prowler to make sure that that corner is cleared in case someone was pushed, but BBL now showing that respect. They do give up control of B main.
And what a read from Sochny. He is stacking his players over on the A site.
This is so good. So good. Lockdown's being used towards B just in case it does end up being
maybe
that direction, but
maybe a tad early, but
yeah,
still
I
good.
think this gives the option now potentially for the Hunter's Fury to be used to initiate a way in. Bakushina, what a play, what a star! 2 kills as they try and work their way in, eventually just taken out. The door closing denies the kill, still running their way up through. Jenny RB, how do you get that one?
3v3.
Suchny feels like a bit of an overheat.
No way!
How are they not claiming these kills? The refight and the spam and the spray down, all down to Stacks. Swarmed from every approach, every angle of BBL.